Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something completely different for my channel, and this is makeup related things. I am decluttering all of my makeup because if you guys aren't new, then you know we are moving and I just want to declutter and get rid of some stuff. I collected a lot of extra stuff that I'm not using literally at all because I had a BoxyCharm subscription that I have since canceled because I realized I was just collecting stuff that I was never using. So that's where a lot of these eyeshadow palettes came from, but I'm just going to go ahead and declutter and get rid of the stuff that I know 100% I will never use, so I can just curate my collection a little bit here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. I think what I'm going to do is start by pulling out stuff that I know I want to keep. This Tartelette Toasted palette. It's one of my favorites, especially come fall time. I use this constantly. I'm a very boring girl when it comes to eyeshadow. I pretty much only like warm neutrals. On occasion I will go for cool neutrals, but that pretty much sums me up. So I love this palette. It's everything that I absolutely love, and it smells delicious. Another one that I know 100% I'm keeping is the Modern Renaissance. This is kind of boring, kind of not. It does have some fun pops of colors, which I do use. They're still subtle enough for me that I do reach for them on occasion, so I definitely want to keep this. It's actually one of my favorite palettes. I just haven't been using it as much because it's just been getting lost in all of my other palettes. Another one I know I want to keep, this is actually one that I did get in a BoxyCharm. This is a Pretty Vulgar Nightingale palette. This palette is for just cool neutrals. It does have blues, which I really like when me and Joe go on a date night and I'm doing like a smoky eye. I like to kind of blow out the lower lash line or even just line my lid with these dark matte blues. So I know 100% I'm going to keep this. I will definitely get more use out of it. I know I'm going to keep is this Milani Most Loves Mattes. This is one that I've been reaching for the most recently. I really like playing in these purples. Once again, these are very neutrally nudes, all mattes obviously. I love mattes. I definitely prefer mattes over shimmers. I will do a full matte look all the time, so this is something that I travel with a lot because it has everything that I would personally want or need. So this is about as out of the box as I get when it comes to colors with these purples and even some of these like orangier colors. So now we're all into ones that I'm not really sure how I feel about, so I'm just going to start kind of opening and playing with them a little bit for a second before we go into here. So this is a BoxyCharm and Pure. This is a BoxyCharm and Pure palette. So this is one I definitely got in a BoxyCharm. So these have some pinks and some fun colors. I do remember playing with this. I do remember not being obsessed with it. So I think this is one that I'm going to get rid of. So this is another one that I got in a BoxyCharm. This one is also from Pure. This is Midnight Masquerade. So I've literally never used this. It still has the film on it. So it has some shadows here, and it looks like it has a highlighter, some blushes. Blushes and highlights are really hard for me personally when it comes to something that I'm not picking out myself because I'm so fair. A lot of this stuff that comes in these subscription boxes just will never work for me, and I can just tell by looking at these that these just won't work for me, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along as well. This is a palette that okay, so my 3-year-old got a hold of this palette, and it's sad because this is a palette I probably would have kept. This is definitely up my alley. This is another one I got from BoxyCharm. This is Ace Beauty. I really like the packaging. It's totally up my alley. It's like super cute. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. No sense in trying to move with the palette that's already broken. This is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal palette. This is another one I got in a BoxyCharm. I haven't even swatched these. Part of me wants to keep this palette just because it is so bright and colorful, and I might one day want to kind of venture out, like if I ever needed or wanted something fun. This palette would have, I think, everything that I would ever need. However, realistically, I don't think I would ever reach for this. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this on because it's not even swatched, so I could definitely donate this somewhere. This is in Alamar Cosmetics. This is another one I got in a BoxyCharm. I do remember playing with this, just swatching a couple of them, and I don't know, part of me wants to keep this because this is kind of like that Laura Lee palette. It does have a little bit more pops of color and some fun shimmers that I could see myself possibly using, so I think I'm going to set this aside and kind of look at how many palettes I'm keeping at the end, and if I'm not keeping an outrageous amount, then I might keep this. This is another Tarte palette. I usually love Tarte's eyeshadows, but I've learned through them that it's hit or miss. I mean, the packaging is adorable. I travel with this one a lot because it is just so compact, and it does have a really nice mirror in it. This is another one I got in a BoxyCharm. This one is the Rainforest of the Sea palette, but it only has one matte and the rest are shimmers, and quite honestly, all the shimmers kind of come out the same, and the matte isn't like super awesome in this one. It just kind of falls flat. So I think I'm going to pass this one along. I think this is one of the first palettes I ended up buying for myself when we moved out here to New York. That's when I really started getting into like eyeshadows and stuff, but this is a L'Oreal palette. And honestly, this is one of my most used palettes. I know it probably doesn't look like it, but I'm a stay-at-home mom and I don't find the need or the want to put on makeup every day, so for there to be any indentation in this is good enough, or shows that I use this a lot. I find whenever I do use this one, I have a lot of really great makeup days, and they're just days when I look in the mirror and I feel really good about myself. As silly as that might seem, but I also get a lot of compliments when I wear this, which is crazy because it's like a, I don't know, like a $10 palette. So I'm definitely going to keep this one. I definitely get more use out of the mattes. These shimmers aren't the best, but I like this matte formula a lot, and then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go ahead in with like my Tarte Toasted palette and take one of the shimmers out of here if I want a shimmer. But like I said, I'm not totally into shimmers anyways, so I love this palette a lot. Definitely would recommend. So these are both drugstore palettes. This one is Wet n Wild, and this one is the City Mini palette by Maybelline, which was really popular on YouTube when this first came out. But I honestly love this palette. I bought this L'Oreal palette and this Maybelline one at the same time because these shimmers are just a lot more impressive than the ones in here. So I bought these in conjunction with each other, and as you can tell, I have a very basic taste when it comes to eyeshadow, and this is the epitome of my eyeshadow game, so I'm definitely going to keep both of these. I honestly use these two palettes more than anything else in my collection, I think. I'm going to go ahead and pass on this Walking on Eggshells palette. I don't use it as much as I ever thought it would. It's just every single one is shimmery, and I'm not totally into that. I don't think it looks the best on me personally, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this along as well. So I'm back to this Alamar Cosmetics palette. Looking at it, I think I am going to keep it just for these blues, and I don't have, like, in everything else I'm keeping, I don't have any pop of color, and if I ever did want to like smear out or smudge out my lower lash line with a little pop of color, this palette would definitely be good for that. So I think I am going to keep this just because I want to. So this is everything we're keeping. I feel really good about it. I know now that I'm definitely going to be reaching for all of these palettes now that I've trimmed down my collection. I got rid of, so I'm decluttering 6 eyeshadow palettes, which feels really good, and I'm keeping 6. So I got rid of half, which feels really good. I'm definitely more excited now to kind of get in there and play with these again, and I think it'll be easier for me to pick new palettes because I know when I go into my makeup drawer, everything that I have is something that I really love. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below what's your favorite makeup palette, and I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these declutter videos. I'm going to do another one for lips and then another one for face, so make sure that you guys are subscribed and turn on your bell notifications so you guys can see that video or those videos when those are uploaded, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!